We dance as the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light.
Hey guys, yeah, you turn the wrong one down. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. How you doing? I'm the host, man, Jeff Trunable. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Moerlein Lager House, where we are at right now. We're live here each and every Tuesday night from 6 to 8. Happy hour runs from 3 till 9. So come on down and have a great time. It is also Prime Rib Tuesday here. So come on down. If you are in the house and you guys have not had prime rib yet, I highly, highly recommend the prime rib. It is absolutely delicious. We were here a couple days after the crosstown shooting and the Bearcats won. Finally, I'm very excited about it. The Bengals won. There's still a chance, people. Bengals can still make the playoffs. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Well, let's bring in my co-host for the evening. He's Neil. What's going on, Neil? He's got to turn the microphone on.
Jeff, how are you?
Good. I'm having a hard time hearing you right now because it's so loud in here.
Yeah, me too. It's a bigger crowd than we usually have.
Yes. I'm not complaining whatsoever. So come on down. We're having a great time. So what's your thoughts on the crosstown shootout here real quick?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big win for Wes Miller and the Bearcats. Obviously, this was a win that they desperately needed, but it wasn't the prettiest of wins. I mean, you shoot 32% from the field, and you're still able to win a ball game 68-65. But in a game where Simas Lukosius goes 1-7 from behind the arc, James is 0 for 11 from the field, Dan Skillings has 2 for 11 or 4 for 11, whatever it may be. But overall, they struggled offensively, but they turned things on in the second half. They won the Battle of the Glass. I think that was the big part. Zach Freeman will dominate the first half for Xavier, but in the end, Cincinnati prevailed. And I mean, in a game where your star point guard goes 0 for 11 and hits 2 clutch free throws in the final seconds to secure the game, it's a pretty good sight for Cincinnati, pretty good feeling, but I was nervous at the end.
I was a bit nervous. Like Wes said, he couldn't hit anything. I'll put it that way. He said it in a little colorful language more than that, but they ended up winning. But let's get to our specials for the evening. She's from Fox 19. She's Gabby Sorrentino.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Hey, Gabby, how you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. I'm on the crosstown shoot. You said you weren't here.
I know.
But
I did warn you on that.
You were at a wedding though, and I know Jeremy was trying to find out what your dance moves are. So did you do the Eileen? With the from Seinfeld. Did you do the thumbs or what was your dance move?
I'm not really a big dancer.
No.
I kind of just was hanging out, observing, having a good time. Wasn't really on the dance floor.
She was
too much.
people watching.
People watching
I
it.
was.
Exactly. She's like, oh my God, look what they're doing. I'm never doing that.
100%. I love a good people watch.
Drinking handle. Look at them being a fool.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
All right.
but thanks for having me.
No problem. I appreciate you coming. It's and everybody can come watch us. I'll be on before you guys tomorrow night at Newport 11 for Bengals Now, and we have a special guest. And Joe is actually going to fulfill his bet with Cam Taylor. Right?
Yeah, so Cam is back next week, or tomorrow. Excited to have him on the show tomorrow. And Joe made a bet with him earlier in the season that if he got a pick 6, he would wear the Bengals overalls. Now, I did talk to Joe. He said he's not going to do it shirtless because that was he said it was only that following game.
That's
but
for
he's
his
gonna wear
OnlyFans.
He said he's going to have there we go. He's like, I'm going to have a T-shirt on under, but we're excited. I can't wait. There's going to be a lot of good content.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally making fun of about it. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
Who's the young man that shows up every single week? And he was wearing 2 weeks ago. He was wearing I can't remember his name, but he's there every week.
Yeah,
but he was wearing the overalls and he was shirtless. I'm like, I saw Joe. I'm like, that's what you need to do. You're supposed to do that.
No, yeah, I'm really excited. And we'll probably be bringing someone. We don't know who yet, but yeah, I'm really excited. It should be fun. It's like my favorite part of the week. Honestly.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
It's
I enjoy. I'm so glad you guys have let me be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So my show starts at 4:30.
Yep.
Now you guys are going at 6.
Normal time, 6 to 7.
Okay.
Yep.
And then next week's at Monday.
Yep. Next week's Monday because of Christmas.
So tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And by the way, this is our last show down here at the Moerlein Lager House for the year because next week's Christmas and after that's New Year's. So I will have at least one more show in January. Unless the Bengals make the playoffs, then we'll just keep going all the way to the Super Bowl. So, we'll see. That you never know. It could happen, but
hey, there's a chance.
What we need, so the scenario for that actually happens, we need Indianapolis to lose one game. We need Miami to lose a game, and then we need either Denver or the Chargers to lose out. And are they playing? They're playing on Thursday night this week, aren't they? They're playing each other, aren't they?
Yep, they are. And then obviously now that Denver game here is going to be huge.
Yes.
Saturday at 4:30 they just announced, which I'm excited for a Saturday game. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, at least they because they flexed us out of the other ones that were good. Like this Browns game was supposed to be Thursday night, but it got flexed to Sunday.
Yeah.
Realistic. I mean, I'm the biggest optimist there is. I mean, Sherbert, I call Herbert Sherbert, is hurt. He played like ass the other day. I think there's a better shot that the Chargers might lose out instead of the Broncos. What's your gut feeling on which one that might have a chance of doing it?
Yeah, I mean, look, the Broncos are kind of a wagon right now. Bo Nix is playing really well. I think that it's going to just come down to the Bengals if they're able to win out or not. I think at this point, like, even focusing on those other teams because they have to win out or else it doesn't matter if all those other teams
you got to win out, right?
Teams lose. So I think that obviously the game this weekend is winnable. DTR is starting. I think that's a win. I think that Broncos game is really going to be the big one. And then obviously going up to Pittsburgh is always tough, but we don't know if their starters will be playing by then. So I think the focus for the Bengals is definitely going to be having to win out. And I think one of the teams that they need to lose out, they played the Chiefs, but that'll also be interesting because who knows if the Chiefs will be playing their starters by then too.
Because Patrick Mahomes got another high ankle sprain, and
he did practice today though.
He's gonna man it out. He's gonna play. I mean, trust me, he's not gonna step.
If the word injury is there with Patrick Mahomes, just know he's suiting up the very next day.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no doubt. Now,
chalk it up.
Yeah.
Now, Neil, you're not so confident going into this Browns game, right?
No, because I covered Jerome Ford in college, and I am worried that this is a defense where he could just slice. Now, the Bengals' run defense has been better, but Jerome Ford provides something that Nick Chubb does not, and Jerome Ford is one of the faster running backs in the league. So I am worried about that, and it's a homecoming game. The homecoming game scare anybody in the NFL. So that's why I'm worried.
So how speaking of the run game, I think McKinley Jackson, for being a 6th-round pick, and Chris Jenkins, our 2nd-round pick, they've actually played pretty good. I mean, I'm more impressed with McKinley Jackson. I mean, I hope the ceiling is even higher. But how impressed are you with the way this run defense of these rookies, all the rookies have played? I mean, Mims has played awesome. Our rookie class has been pretty darn good this year. I mean, Vic Newton got his first pick this past week. So all of them, I think, are playing pretty good.
Yeah, Amari has been extremely impressive. I mean, just looking at the stats from him for the past few weeks, I mean, I don't know that anyone thought – I knew that he was going to be good, but I don't think that anyone thought that he was going to come in and be this good protecting Joe Burrow. The other guys, obviously, Chris Jenkins has gotten a lot of playing time. A lot of these rookies have gotten a lot of playing
We've
time.
needed them.
Yeah.
We had a lot of injuries.
And
we
they've stepped up, and they've proven that, they can be a starter. And I think that, it's really obviously defense has its problems. We all know this. But I also think that having the game that they did against the Titans, look, they were playing the Titans.
Right.
We have to keep that in perspective. But I think having
but
that
also
kind
did it against the Cowboys too.
Yeah, and I think having that kind of game gives these younger guys confidence,
Yes.
right? So I think that a game like that, although it's one that they should have won, knowing the team that they were playing, having 6 turnovers, I mean, that's got to be a big boost for any team. So I do think that that helps, and I'm going to disagree with Neil. I think that the Browns are going to be an easy dub for the Bengals this
take
weekend.
that, Neil.
I don't know. Cleveland always comes in here and plays well.
That's true.
They always play well.
They do.
And with
Any
pressure
division
on
game.
Yeah,
with
any division game, it's tough.
pressure on the line.
What the record is, yeah.
But I do like Zach Taylor's strategy of sending Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamal Chase out there for the coin toss.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm an opposing team, that's frightening.
Oh, yeah.
That is so frightening.
Yeah.
So if he continues the trend and goes 3-0,
he said he would.
It would be impressive.
Yeah.
So with that being said, last week, all the talk that Joe, I say the secretive messages, maybe not so secretive, of how he really wants and says that he's a need, and along with improving the team. Do you think? I think Joe's sending a message to the organization, but also, do you think there was some kind of behind the scenes talk, like when Joe was doing his contract, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna sign this, but I want this and this and this in place so we can sign T and we can sign Jamar," or some kind of verbal agreement or something like that?
I'm not sure. I mean, Joe and I were talking about this the other day, and we were talking about, will Joe Burrow take a cut of his contract? Because look, having all 3 of them, it's a pretty penny.
Yes.
And so someone's going to have to budge somewhere, right? We all know what Jamar wants. He wants a bigger contract than Justin
It might have to be all
Jefferson.
3 of them. They want to say it. They might all have to take less money than.
Right. So we were talking about that, and I mean, I think he would. You see a lot of star quarterbacks do that because they want guys that they can rely on. But the question is, how much, and is that even enough? Right. But I do think that all of the messaging throughout the week was Joe Burrow's very intentional with the things that he says. He's very smart with that kind of stuff. It was all sending a message. And, I mean, I talked to Zach Taylor about it in our one-on-one last week, and he was like, look, we're going to do whatever we can to keep those 3 together. So I do think that, they're making a push for it, but obviously that comes down to the owner, the GM, at that point. So it's very interesting, though.
It is very interesting because it almost feels like to me that Joe kind of kept his mouth shut until I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I really want T on the team. I really want Jamar. And T, and I said this for ever since I realized who David Mulligetta is. And he and the Bengals just don't negotiate. They've never been able to work out a contract. And to me, that's kind of like him firing Mulligetta is T giving an olive branch out. Like, look, all right, you can't negotiate with him. I'll hook up with Jamar's agent. And I don't know, I don't remember who said this. Somebody said this. Maybe they negotiate the contract together for both of them and they wrap them both, they can talk about both contracts at the same time. But more, I think it's a olive branch to the organization, saying, all right, I really want to be here. I got rid of the guy you couldn't talk to. Now let's try to get this done.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like T wants to stay here. You know what I mean? Right. Him, Jamar, Joe, they've all talked about it the past 2 weeks, more than we've heard them ever talk about it. And T's been pretty straight up about, wanting to stay together, wanting to stay with these guys. So, I think that it's a very interesting situation. It's going to be interesting to see it all play out this offseason.
Now it's one of which I had earbuds because you're all the way down there, and I'm like, huh?
No, look at the crowd.
I know, I love
a
it.
A lot of people.
Hey, if anybody is Bearcat fans here, and you guys are interested in any of the ice chains up here that got the sea paw on them, you guys are more than welcome to take them. But I don't think anybody's actually listening to me right now. So.
Okay, now I have to ask you a question.
What's
you
up?
guys question. Have you watched Hard Knocks?
Yes.
And what do you think of it so far?
Well, I've only got
tonight.
Tonight with my work schedule, I've only got to watch the first full episode. I recorded it, and then my stupid DVR only recorded the first half hour of last week's show. So I'm hoping to run home and I can watch last week's and this week's. But so far, I love Hard Knocks. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I personally like it, but to see the behind the scenes aspect of things is always so unique, and especially in arguably the best division in the NFL. But then I thought it was cool to see the jokes between Jamar, T, and Joe about the Batmobile.
Do you think he bought the Batmobile, and will it show up at Paycor?
I do think he bought it, but he's not telling anybody about it.
His whole thing in the press conference, I don't know what you guys talk about. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude, it was on Hard Knocks.
The way
he
said
joked about the Batmobile.
Yeah.
When he joked about it, he was like, yeah, imagine T in the club flashing the cape. Like,
yeah.
If he didn't buy it, he wouldn't be joking
right,
about
yeah.
it. Exactly.
Yeah, he bought it.
Yeah, he definitely bought it, but he just didn't want to. He didn't want to talk about it in his press conference.
Dude, I want that.
Everybody was trying to get something, like a little bit, and he was just. And then we asked Jamar about it, and he goes, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, we saw it on TV.
Give us something, boys.
The boys are on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. Joe's just going to roll up next training camp in the Batmobile, have the mask on, like,
Can you imagine? That'd be insane. That would be insane.
Like this past training camp, it was the shaved head, blonde hair. Next year is the Batmobile.
There you go. Yeah. We'll get a lot of content out of that if
exactly.
if that's the case.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be.
So, one thing, let's talk about Sam Hubbard. And unfortunately, was that his last play as a Cincinnati Bengal, which is a hell of a way to go out. It sucks. It's awesome, and it sucks all at the same time. I see it's been hurt. He was hurt last year. He's been hurt this year. And that's where I always give him a break. But the man can't stay healthy. I don't think the Bengals are going to re-sign him. What will we remember of Sam? We'll always remember the rumble in the jungle. I mean, that's one thing that we will never, ever forget. But what's Sam Hubbard's legacy here? Going from, because he's one of the last guys that was drafted from Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, because I haven't been here for too long, I don't know all of Sam's accomplishments, but I think just being from here, his impact in the community, everybody loves him. I mean, wherever I was going the past few days, people were like, did you see Sam Hubbard's touchdown? And I was like, yes, I did. You know, and people think that's such a cool thing, and it was. I do think that was his last play as a Cincinnati Bengal. I mean, Joe and I even talked about, is he going to retire? That's also on the table, I think. But just what he's done for this community. I mean, Bengals fans absolutely love him, adore him. He's an amazing person. He's great to talk to. And so, yeah, I mean, quite a way to go out. Unfortunate that he got injured on that. I know he's been begging to get some offensive snaps this season. Zach, let him do it. I posted a meme on Twitter. And it was like from Mario Kart, and it was like, I've won everything, but at what cost? And I was like, Sam Hubbard's injury. I was pretty proud of myself when I tweeted that.
That was a good one. I mean, it was a hell of a catch.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was a great catch. I mean, hell, maybe they should have put a tight end more often. Neil, what's your thoughts on Sam?
I think it could go two ways. Obviously, people are going to question, like, what would happen if they do bring him back? But everything he's done for the community, I think it's the bigger aspect here in this situation, because he's made an impact on and off the field. Obviously, everybody remembers him for the Rumble in the Jungle, especially for, I think anybody...
You can't catch me!
I think anybody can kind of remember where they were at. Exactly. I was out there on the banks for that game.
I was at the game screaming my head off. I was jumping up. I literally got black spots in my eyes. I was screaming so loud. I couldn't believe he got the ball and was scoring.
So I think it's one of those plays where it's like you're always going to remember where you were at, especially being from Cincinnati. I think that will always stand and be probably his best accomplishment, but you can't take away from that tight end.
Yeah.
That catch on Sunday, you can't
awesome.
take away from that. But his impact in the community, I think, is the biggest impact that Sam Hubbard had. But could it be his last play? Maybe. Now, will it probably be? Yeah, knowing how the NFL works, it probably will be his last snap as a Bengal.
Yeah, at least as a Bengal. And I don't know if anybody's going to pick him up, to be honest.
I mean, somebody will probably pick him up for the 1 year.
But is he willing to go play somewhere else?
Exactly. That's
and not be the starter and made playing time and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's going to be the biggest thing, too, considering went to Moeller High School, went to Ohio State, and people forget that he was actually committed to Notre Dame at one point to play a whole different sport. So
lacrosse.
People forget about that.
Yeah,
which is crazy. And then it just comes dreams to reality. Like, you get to stay in your home state for everything. So maybe he might not want to go play somewhere else, but it would be pretty unique to see him finish his career here. But, I mean, only, 6 years in the NFL? I think he definitely still has a little left in the tank, but he's definitely got to get fully healthy to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the injuries would be the biggest worry for him. And, I mean, especially if he's looking for a long-term deal, I'm not sure that someone would want to take a chance on that with the injuries. But
yeah, because last year and this year, both of them are leg injuries.
Yeah.
And he's trying to, God love him, he's trying to play through them, but he just hasn't been the same guy. And
Right.
it's a fact of life. You get older, especially in football, you get old quick.
Yeah.
And the drop off is quick. And
Right.
that's what's happening. And I think it's not even injuries. I mean, I think that's happened with Alex Kappa too. Not necessarily injured. He's just gotten older and he's not anywhere close to what he was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we talk about Mims. And I think Jeremy is the one who tweeted it out that Mims has got, I think, one more snap in his NFL career than he had in his entire college career, which is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, that
That's
tells
insane.
you, that tells you how raw this dude is.
Yeah.
And how good he's doing for not playing that much.
Right. Yeah. And he also had an injury. So, I mean, he just bounced back right from that. And, I mean, he's been awesome. I saw some stat that I'm not going to remember of pressures allowed. And he was the best by far. So, yeah, he's having quite the season, and he's fun to watch.
Exactly. Now, Paul Painter here in the chat wants to know how's Cody Ford? Is he still not over the flu yet? Have you guys heard anything yet?
I have not. They were off today, but we'll get injury updates tomorrow, so I'm not sure about that. I mean, Sheldon Rankins is still sick. That's a great situation that no one has.
But 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah, I mean, no one has any idea what's going on there.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, that's been interesting. We have not heard any updates on that.
Now my question is, will Orlando Brown play the rest of the season? I know he tried to play in the Steelers game and it wasn't good. It's not his fault. He tried, but he's injured. So what exactly is it's a leg injury is all I know. Do we have any actual details of what his injury actually is?
I'm trying to remember if it was a hamstring. I thought I remembered seeing that somewhere.
Okay. That's what Sam's had to deal with all year. And it could take, depending on the grade of it, he could not be good until the offseason.
And you want to make sure that it's healed because, like you said, we saw him in that game and he was struggling in that game. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely, I don't know. He didn't practice all last week.
Right.
So I guess we'll see tomorrow.
Find out tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow will be the big day for their first time practicing of the week, so we can actually.
Well, I was kind of impressed how Cochran played. I mean, I know he got off to a slow start in the beginning, but toward the end of the game, and that's a pretty stout defense.
Yeah.
In Tennessee, I thought for a third string guy, I thought he held his own. I was kind of impressed with him. What about you, Neil?
When you think of Devin Cochran's play from this weekend, one play stands to mind. Him pancaking that defensive lineman.
Yes.
Giving Joe 9 full seconds.
9 seconds. When has Joe Burrow had 9 seconds for anything?
I think that was the longest time he's held the ball in his career.
I was going to say, it's definitely his career.
Yeah.
I mean,
that play was insane.
And that's the crazy thing. Just think if we could ever have its line do that somewhat consistently, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think you see Cody Ford pancaking somebody like that as a backup, though.
No, probably not. But hopefully Cody Ford is back this week. Now, question: say Orlando doesn't play, which I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah.
Let's hope Cody Ford's back. Is Cody Ford at guard and Cochran's back out at tackle, or are they switching them?
God, I have no idea.
What do you think, Neil?
I think you got to keep Cochran back at guard where he was this weekend. I think you keep him out there. I don't think
He was at tackle.
Yeah, tackle. I think you keep him out there at tackle. You figure the guard situation out on itself.
I think Cody Ford's a better guard, to be honest.
Yeah. Cody Ford's a liability off the edge. He's not quick enough off the edge.
Agreed.
He's a liability. And it showcased when he was out there that he got beat right off the edge right away. But I think if you keep Cody Ford at guard, you put Cochran back out at tackle, I think that's your realistic option. But if you put Cody Ford on an island out there versus a one-on-one matchup with an elite defensive edge, it's no matchup there.
Yeah.
The defense is winning 10 out of 10 times.
So I was wrong about Orlando. It's a knee and fibula injury. That's all they're saying right now.
Fibula?
Yeah, knee and fibula.
What is that?
My dad's a doctor, not me.
It's the legit.
Does anybody know what that is?
It's the legit bone that keeps your whole leg together, essentially.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty
It's
important.
it's like your shin.
I didn't do well in anatomy class.
I didn't take anatomy, but I know it's like your shin.
Keeping your whole leg intact is pretty important. So yeah, you might want to make sure that that's
we don't need like a Kevin Ware injury again.
Right. Exactly. So we had I'm not gonna say the blow up on the sideline, but Joe was seen talking. I want to say frustrated, angrily towards Zach, and I think it's more of Joe's mad at himself, mad at the way the offense was running, and people go, "Oh my God, he's over Zach. He's so done with Zach." I'm like, I don't think that's it. I think Joe and Jamar hold themselves up to such a high level. Yeah. They want everybody else there, and they not only get mad when you're not there, they're mad, even more mad at themselves when they're not there.
Well, we actually got the explanation for that. It was that their headsets were going out.
Oh, really?
And that's why they had all the
That's why Joe kept running to the sideline. Okay.
That's why they had all the delay of games, the false starts, and Joe was just not happy that they were getting all those penalties, and that was it. So it wasn't anything with Zach Taylor. He was frustrated with the headsets.
See, told you. Dude, I'm always defending Zach, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's mad at Zach." I'm like, I really don't think that's it.
No.
It's something else.
It's just everybody wants to find someone to blame, of course, and blame the headsets because they went out, and that was the reason for it all. But we did ask about that.
Now, for me, this whole thing for finding people to blame, and I guess I'm blaming him, but not necessarily. Duke Tobin, they had a plan this offseason. It did not work. The draft, and we talk about the draft class. Draft class has been off the chain this year. They hit on almost everybody. The free agency is where they failed. Now, I've said this before. If they would have just kept two guys, they could have kept Jesse Bates and DJ Reader. This defense is completely different. They haven't been able to replace either one of them. To me, that's been the downfall of this team this year is the personnel. Now, I know you guys haven't got to talk to Duke or anybody in a while. That's where I'm always calling it the Zach defender. I'm like, but it's not Zach's fault, and it's not Lou's fault. They don't have the talent to play. And that's, to me, is where – just ask your opinion. That, to me, has been the downfall of this team is the talent or lack thereof on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see if they do keep Lou.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they will or not. I think the next 3 weeks will be pretty telling on that.
They got to change something from the way the seasons went. Somebody's losing their job.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, something has to change. Obviously, the defense has been not great. With the drafting, I think that the past few draft classes, they've been good.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that that's something that needs to be improved. And a lot of people have talked about that too. With the drafting and some of the guys that they've gotten, especially in the later rounds. So, yeah, I mean, you can't put the blame on Zach. I mean, look at his track record, right?
Right.
Like, he's a good coach. The guys like him.
And he's in charge of the offense, and look what they're doing.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's, one thing that I've realized, within the Bengals is that there's not a lot of finger pointing.
Yeah.
I mean, and
that's the other thing, too. People have come out and said, oh, Zach's lost the locker room. Like, you guys are in the locker room, not me, but just from the outside in, I don't think he has because not one time has Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins said, F that defense. It's all their fault. They haven't said anything like that. They blame it on us themselves. Like we haven't made the plays at the end.
We've asked them.
Yeah.
We've said straight up, what would you change about this season? Everybody knows. Everybody knows what the answer would be.
Right.
Everybody knows you'd say the defense playing better.
Mhm.
But they don't say it. They say, well, we've done what we can on this side of the ball and we can't speak to the defense. And I think that says a lot about the guys, but also about Zach and his leadership.
Yes.
So
And that's one thing I think. And when we were 1-4, the fire Zach was off the chain. And that's one thing. This society, everybody is the hot take, the Twitter. You can get your opinion out instantly, and people don't think before they say stuff. And I get blowback because I'm a homer. I want to defend. I want to keep our coaches. I want us to win. I don't think was all this or all that. It's never one single. It's your fault. It's a team. It's a whole organization failure is what it is. And what drives me, people are like, oh no, it's his fault. Okay, really? Because I had a guy. We were at Millions Friday night telling me that the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator could take me and Neil and turn us into defensive players. I'm like, our NFL defensive players. And then last week, their coach did an onside kick because their defense couldn't stop the Buffalo Bills. So I don't want to hear this. The coach can change. Bill Belichick was not as good a coach without Tom Brady. You have to have talent.
No coach is turning me into a football player. No coach is doing that. I'm 125 pounds and a tackling dummy. That is all you're getting out of me.
He was like, I'm only 5'9", and that's it.
Dude, that's 3 inches more than I would have. I'm 5'6".
5'6".
Hey,
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, you got to take that, Neil.
Driver's license says 5'8", but I'm definitely 5'6".
No one can tell.
All I know is I take a picture stand next to either one of you two. I feel like a damn giant. Because Gabby's like here on me. I'm like, holy crap.
I can make anybody look tall. Let's be real.
I'm a solid 5'6", Jeff. I ain't going out there in a defending pass.
But that's the thing. I guess that's my point, that fans get over their skis and don't. And look, I'm just a fan.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I mean, I've said dumb crap before. I'm just a fan.
Twitter is also a very fun place to let your stress out.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Ask Joe Farsing. He tweets a whole bunch of dumb crap out all the time. That's where he just goes to
he
vents.
ain't here tonight, so
I can talk shit about it until he's not here. He just goes out there and vents, especially during the UC basketball game.
Oh, I've
trust
seen
me.
it.
Trust me, my mentions from Joe were hot the other night. They were so hot.
Oh, yeah. Joe, by the way, Joe, feel better. I'm talking crap about you, but I hope you feel better, though. Too.
Joe, I hope you eat enough baked beans tonight.
I mean, exactly. Look, I'm a Commanders fan. I'm the first person to blame a coach or blame the owner. Like, I get it. But I do think in this scenario, I mean, Zach's not going anywhere. And I think there will be a lot of changes made in the offseason. So it's going to be an interesting offseason. It's going to be busy.
Well, and to me, in my opinion, this is the most important offseason in Bengals history. I really do believe, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. You got Joe Burrow.
No, I agree.
You got Jamar Chase, who have had historic years, and we're wasting it. I mean, even if the Bengals make the playoffs, which I hope they do, very slim chances, you wasted these 2 great years they're having.
Yeah, agreed.
And you can't do that because, unfortunately, Joe hasn't been healthy a lot of them. He's gotten hurt. And when you have a season like this is you need to capitalize on. And they haven't. And that's where it's like it's very crucial that you get the right coaches, you get the right player. They have to get this right this year. It's not, and I think that's what Joe is trying to emphasize, that you have to have a plan. Because sometimes to me it seems like, all right, well, we'll let DJ Reader go, and hey, Shutter Rackets had a good game against us. Let's go sign him. That's what it kind of. I don't know if that's actually. I'm not saying that's what actually happened, but that's what it seems like. They don't have a plan or a very good plan.
Also, with this Sheldon Rankins situation, I'm sure if he misses the rest of the year with whatever illness it could be, the Bengals could probably find a way to save money out of it due to some kind of legislature in the contract.
There has to be something for that.
Yeah.
Because if it's a medical thing, he's missed half the season.
Right.
They could probably find a little bit of ways to save money, but overall, I mean.
Well, that's the one thing too is where the Bengals have one of the smallest front offices in the NFL. do they have the right people in there or enough people in there to try to do the salary cap weave, where other teams can figure that out, which it ain't easy. I mean, that's not me. I'm not a numbers guy whatsoever at all.
Yeah,
just if you watch the show, I can't spell, I can't do numbers, I can't do any of that stuff. It's all filled with just sports stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's where, do the Bengals have that person that can help them navigate this? Because you got 3, you already got Joe signed, and if you really want to sign T, you really want to sign Jamar, you got to re-sign Trey, you got to re-sign BJ Hill. And you really have got to at least concentrate on the trenches this year, the offensive defensive line. You have to improve along with whatever you're going to do on the defensive side of the ball with coaching, either if you're replacing the defense coordinator or you're adding some defensive staff or something. Because they had somebody brought us up on the show yesterday. They added a passing game coordinator, which I think has really helped a lot. Is there teams in the NFL that have something like that on the defensive side of the ball? Because I can't think of how you would do that if you have one. You got DB come back at safety room. I mean, you got coaches for every position.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's like a young guy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess you'd be a assistant defensive coordinator.
Right. Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
There's
does that
always,
cut lose legs out though?
I don't know if it's the same in the NFL, but I know college, they definitely have the co-defensive coordinators and whatnot. But I'm sure it would be the same in the NFL if I had to imagine. There's definitely not just one guy running the whole defensive scheme. They definitely got multiple different assistants, I feel like, involved.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I know I'm bringing them up for a second time, but just to bring up the Commanders, Adam Peters comes in, right? Look at what he's done.
Right.
Look at what a GM who knows what they're doing can do. He turned who was that? Jahan was it him who went to the Eagles? I mean, look at the pick that he got for him. So I think that front office is really important. And then you said it like it's not guaranteed that Joe and Jamar are going to have this kind of season again.
Exactly.
We hope that they will,
right.
But there's no guarantee. So it's like, got to figure it out soon while these guys are in their absolute prime, having years like this. You got to find a way to not give up 35 points a game when the offense is putting up 38. You know what I mean? You
score 30 points, almost average 30 points a game. You should win more than you lose.
100%.
There's no reason to lose. And the way we lost these games is
heartbreaking.
Asinine.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
It's just.
And one of them was to her the Commanders.
That's true. That is true.
Dude, I remember watching that game going, holy crap.
An insane game.
Gabby
I was at the game. That still remember that corner pass Jalen Daniels hit in the end zone.
McLaurin.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. All right.
Gabby's on the sideline trying not to cheer, being media, and then she's like,
my mom came in town for that game, and so I'm up in the press box, and she is texting the whole time, and I'm, in the press box.
I'm not allowed to cheer, Mom.
I'm not allowed to do anything, and she's blowing up my phone. And I'm like texting back really fast, and Joe and Jeremy are texting me because they know that I'm a Commanders fan. So I
can see Jeremy going, Gabby, how badly do you want to scream right now?
I was in my bag. Let me tell you, as a lifelong fan, I've been through a lot, and so to have a game like that, I was like, this is my moment.
Trust me, as a lifelong Bengals fan, I feel your pain.
Yeah, we're the same.
We're the same. Well, I mean, you guys have won a couple more Super Bowls than we have.
Well, way before my time, though.
They also went through about 8 quarterbacks in 10 years. It felt like.
Yeah.
The 80s were good to you. The 90s.
Oh yeah.
Since then, we're not.
Yeah, the 80s was that RFK was the
RFK.
Place to be,
You had the Fun Bunch.
Yep, the Hogs.
Yeah, the Hogs.
Now it's
Hall of Fame head coach. Yeah, you had a pretty good decade.
Yeah, I missed all
there.
that.
Hopefully the Bengals will run into that, and that's kind of what I said 2 years ago when the Bengals were going to the Super Bowl. I kept telling everybody, we're going to go to more of them, but also it was like, I still believe we are, but also it's like, enjoy this, because you don't know when it's going to happen again. It could happen next year. Well, it didn't, but I said it could. But you don't know what, because I've seen it 3 times. We lost all 3 of them, 81, 88, and now in 2021. But enjoy the journey. Enjoy watching this team play, because you don't know when it's going to happen again. And that's kind of what I'm trying to tell people this year. enjoy what Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are doing because it's historically great. Jamar Chase has a chance to win the Triple Crown, which he'd be the only the fifth one, I think, since 1970, something like that.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do. No. Joe Burrow, if we were winning, would be the MVP conversation.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
It wouldn't even be close. I wouldn't have how great Josh Allen is. Which, no, Josh Allen is having a great season. And this is what Gabby drives me nuts. When you see Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes running around in the pocket or out of the pocket and making plays, and like, oh my God, they are so good. But it seems like the national media when Joe Burrow does it, oh my God, Joe Burrow's running for his life. No, he did the exact same thing that they did, and he made a play.
Did you see the Josh Allen where he threw it like a basketball,
like a shot
and then he walked away?
The number one thing, yeah. It was.
I was a little sad it got taken away because I was like, that would have been all time.
Did you guys see his stats since he's gotten engaged?
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Like 1,100 yards, like 20-something touchdowns since he's gotten engaged in a month.
That's what being engaged to like a movie star gets you, I guess.
It kind of helps.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Your confidence goes up a little more.
Yeah, a nice
oh, yeah, you want to talk that? Yeah, look who I go home to, huh?
A nice little confidence boost. No, I'm. It sucks too because the preseason expectations were so high for this team, and coming in May, I was like so excited to get started. I was like, here we go. Everyone's talking about all the cold playoff games and everything. So it was a little sad, this being my first year and it kind of coming up like this, but hopefully it'll be better next year. Hopefully they can. Yeah.
So the Bengals have been cursed because it's Gabby's first year.
Yeah,
it's all Gabby.
It's all Gabby.
Figured it out.
You can blame it on me and Reagan.
She came to Cincinnati. Her Commanders had a great season. The Bengals went downhill.
No,
Gabby came from Cali and then went from the warm to the cold, and look what happened.
Just kidding,
I don't
Gabby.
know how
we
I
would
would
never blame you.
I don't know how I would have handled a playoff game in Buffalo. I'm not really built for the cold.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
it's still possible now, Gabby. So
It is.
It's still possible.
Still a chance, Gabby.
There's
still a chance.
But I maybe not rooting for a Buffalo game in January because I think I'll die.
Gabby wouldn't be able to see over all the snow.
No, I wouldn't be able to. I would be. I'm cold now, so and it's like 50 degrees here, so it is. Yeah, I don't know
That's
how I would.
That's the call to Jeremy and Joe and be like, I'm working from home. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, hey guys, I'll just stay back here in the studio. Don't worry.
Cameraman, go out there and I'll just do a Zoom call from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Report from my house.
Yeah, there you go. No, yeah,
but yeah, I didn't get to go to the Buffalo game, but I went to the last AFC Championship game. And one thing, there's nothing in Kansas City other than two stadiums. But it is so flat out there. I remember me and my son parked, and we had to walk over to where Bengal Jim was having his tailgate, and the parking lot is huge. And I'm bundled up, and I got my Casey beer with me. We're walking, and I had to stop a couple of times because I'm freaking freezing because that wind is just whipping across there. I'm like, dude, they got to play football in this? Like, holy crap! It was so cold, and I don't get cold easy, but it was cold.
I don't own enough winter clothes for that. I would need
you'd be like the kid in the Christmas Story.
Yes, I would. I literally would. I would have like 20 layers on.
At least you guys own a winter coat.
You don't own a winter coat?
No.
Neil, you might want to buy one.
Yeah, you should probably invest in a nice winter coat.
I'm a nice hoodie and sweatpants person.
Oh, I'm a hoodie and sweatpants person, but when it's cold, I got my the game Sunday, I'll be bundled up. It's gonna be
cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be 30-something degrees.
It's gonna be like 30 at kickoff and like 20 during tailgating.
Yeah.
I will be inside.
Yeah, well, I'll be inside for the tailgate. Our tailgate will be here. Which, by the way, if you guys are interested, we got our last Mercedes-Benz Fort Mitchell at Moerlein Lager House, the pregame experience right here at the Moerlein Lager House. It's 3 hours for every single game. It's upstairs at the Beer Baron Room. It has two of the greatest words ever invented: open bar. Open bar, open food place. So all the food you can eat, all the beer and alcohol you can drink for only $75. Last one of the season. Check out Moerlein Lager House social media platforms. Check out mine to get your tickets there. And it'll be nice and warm. And then I'll walk over to the stadium and bundle up. It'll be cold.
I planned that segue for you.
You did. That's true.
Laid it right.
So professional. She laid it up for me, and I don't.
Exactly.
Point guard, baby. That's Gabby. She's the point guard.
I try.
Hey, Harrison would have missed that.
Harrison, our co-hosts aren't here. We got to talk shit about them.
Oh, we're still going to.
Oh, yeah. Harrison would have blew the layup. just totally blew it. So Xavier game here real quick. I know, Gabby, you didn't cover it, but I asked Neil here. Were you surprised, and I was surprised, that some random Xavier player who can't shoot all of a sudden decided, you know what? This is the game I'm going to be able to shoot it from half court and it goes in.
Well, Zach Freemantle has always been a tough matchup.
Yeah, but he's actually a good player. So
and then Ryan Conwell, everybody knew what kind of shooter they were going to get with
I'm
him.
talking about the guy you never heard of. The walk-on who come in and just
I don't
dominate.
think we didn't that this weekend.
No.
Xavier's roster is so thin. They only played 8 people. So, I mean, on top of it, you didn't really get you got your typical shootout experience going down to it. Because I think, Jeff, I told you multiple times last week on the shows that Xavier plus 8.5 was a lock.
It was.
Because crosstown out, you just never know. It's not one team could be favored by 10. It's going to be a single point game every time. But on top of it, it was a unique matchup, to say the least. I was worried at first for Zach Freemantle because of him coming back in for the first time in 2 years, essentially. And then he gets off and goes 9 straight. Then I was like, all right, this could be trouble for Aziz and Arrington Page down there. And the next thing you know, whatever was said to Kenyon before halftime, I was
about to say, dude, after I saw him talk shit to Kenyon, I wanted to jump through the TV screen and strangle myself.
Well, I know Kenyon chirped back because
he should.
I would have liked to see that.
I would have loved to know what Kenyon said to him.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I know Kenyon chirped back because we had Corey Blunt on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
And Corey
on
was
your
sitting
show
next
yesterday.
to him, and he said that Kenyon chirped back, and then, quote unquote, Aziz put his ass in after he started dunking on him.
On him.
That was Corey
Multiple
Blunt's
times.
words, was Aziz put him back in his place after he started dunking on him. But overall, I mean, it was a weird game. It really was, but the hindsight of it, you hate to see the injury news come out of Xavier.
Which I'm surprised it's his knee. I thought it was going to be his back.
No, that fall was awkward.
Yeah.
It was awkward all the way around. I'm not sure if Gabby saw the fall or not.
I didn't, but you guys would be proud of me when we were like on the bus from church to the wedding venue. I had ESPN Plus up watching the
There
game.
you go.
And I
I-
know that stream was awful.
Everybody
Oh.
was like,
awful.
"What are you watching?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." Like,
Doing my job, guys. Hush. But yeah, I
Could
hate
it come through clearly on the phone or?
I was watching like very start of the second half, like when we were on our way there, and it was fine. But I did see the frames of the stream.
dude.
frames of it?
While I was texting in our group chat, I'm like, I hate the ESPN Plus because it kept pixelating and then it would just stop. I'm like, this is actually ESPN. Their broadcasters, they're doing. I'm like, and it was like that throughout most of the game. I'm like,
So you didn't go?
no. I didn't go.
Okay, that's
No.
surprising.
I wish I'm working too much to freaking go right now. That's my problem.
Yeah.
If I didn't work so much, I would have went, but I was nice and
Yeah.
chilled in the ice cave.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
get
couple
it.
Cincy lights waiting for you. And,
Yes, exactly.
could have been an early Christmas present. Just saying. You still need that black jersey though.
I do need that black jersey. Yes. It's very. Why are you
Hint,
shaking your head?
Hint,
Hint. It's called the Black Cat. Oh yeah, I even sent her a link. It's not just a text; it's a link on how to buy one.
Poor Jen. We've been trying to force her on this for since they came out. We're like, Jen, you need one.
She's an awesome wife. She's gonna hook me up. I know she is. So you can tell by that look right there.
It's gonna be a surprise. You can't ruin the surprise.
I see. I'm not a surprise person.
Oh.
I like.
Okay.
Like she loves surprises. She'll buy me stuff. She goes, "What bought this for you?" Like, you really want to know what it is? Yeah. Well, you can't open it till Christmas. Okay, I'll act surprised then. I still want. What'd you get me? I want to know. That's just me. I'm not one that. I'm too impatient.
Are you one that where if someone orders a gift off your Amazon account and you have access to it?
I'm looking at it. Oh yeah. I'm looking at it.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Maddie wants your uncle here. He says he's going to the game Friday. Are you press box me?
So I will not be there.
And Maddie,
Friday.
why are you not taking me with you?
I will not be at the game Friday. My best friend is getting married, so I will be in the wedding celebrating them.
That's true. So I asked Gabby what her dance moves were. What's your wedding dance move? You got you got something to pick up the bridesmaids? You know, I mean,
I'm
you got
for
some
sure
line here?
bringing a backup pair of pants because I know I'm ripping mine.
I know
I'm ripping mine.
So see, Gabby, you should have taken
I'm
Neil with you.
tearing
He would
down
have
the
drugged you out
dance
on the dance floor. You guys would
I'm
have busted a
tearing down
move.
the dance floor.
Wow. Yeah.
Tearing the dance floor
Not
down.
me.
Gabby's like, I'm in the corner, just minding my own business. I'm
Just
tearing
take
the
it
dance
all
floor.
in. Just,
So
I'm
are
tearing the
you
dance floor down.
break dancing or you just
Depends what
Moving
we're
to-
drinking. I think that's a valid question.
the
Depends.
more he drinks, the more he dances.
there you go. I
Depends.
think that's a
the
good
point
rule.
of the wedding, right? To
We-
have fun, celebrate those.
All right, whoever is at this wedding Neil's going to, I need videos of this man dancing. All right,
We need like
we do not need
we
that.
need those on Twitter, like the locker rooms.
yes, like the locker room
Yeah.
one.
It's gonna
Yeah.
get leaked on
It's gonna-
Twitter.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't.
It's gonna go viral, Neil. Neil will be up on the rooftop. Wow, I love you guys.
For those who live in Covington, you did not see me out after that.
It's amazing.
So let's talk about the leaked locker room video from Wes Miller. Look, it made me, like I said, I listened to it. Made me want to run through a wall. Listen to him, because he's not wrong. They couldn't shoot for anything and they still won. Right there, that shows the character of the team and how bad they wanted it.
Yeah.
But I think that showed how much Wes wanted it in that locker room speech.
Oh, I mean, 100%. We could tell that earlier in his press conferences how he wanted it. But yeah, I mean, he was clearly pumped up. Joe Dinneman joked and said that the Derek Jeter rule is going to be in effect in the locker room now.
It definitely will
Got to
be.
put the phones in a basket before you go into the locker room.
Didn't Antonio Brown do that a couple years ago for the Steelers? He was
Probably.
going Instagram
Yeah,
live.
It's Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
What did
Yeah.
he not do?
Anything's possible.
Yeah, because you heard him. It was like, I remember it was him. He's smiling, and you just hear the coach in the background giving his post-game speech. It's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Yeah,
you're
that
messed
probably
up.
did happen.
There's been a lot worse of things that got leaked. I mean, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, that was awful.
What the pay-per-view?
Well, the fight was awful, but then you do an interview with him and you forget to cut the camera, and then you catch him in 4K. That was awful.
Yeah, that was
The whole thing was cringy.
not
It was all
great.
cringy.
The whole fight was cringy.
Oh, I don't want to get on that fight. I thought Tyson was going to at least knock him out, and he couldn't even move.
I didn't even want a knockout. I wanted him to be dribbled. Like
I
Jake Paul
wanted
to be
him to
dribbled.
knock Jake Paul out.
I
didn't
wanted
have
him to be bounced.
I was very disappointed. Very sad. Mike Tyson looked old. Made me feel old.
I know nothing about that world, so
Mike Tyson was a bad for either one of you were born, probably.
Jake Paul's just not a likable person.
no, he definitely is not.
Are
I
any,
would just-
any of the Pauls likable? I mean,
No, but I mean, Conor McGregor's now in talks to box Logan Paul.
I saw that.
I don't like either of them.
That's crazy.
So I mean,
Logan more like legit than Jake, though. Like is
No.
he
What?
like more legit than Jake?
no,
No, he's a wrestler,
yeah, Logan's
and
in
I love
WWE.
wrestling, but
Is
boxing
he
at
any
least.
good?
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. I mean,
Okay.
he can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
but boxing's boxing. You still get hit in the face.
Right.
But I mean, wrestling, you're getting hit with chairs and stuff, but it's scripted. They know how to
Right.
do it without
Right.
injuring you. So
Yeah.
you just hit the face.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any covering that up.
Yeah.
So
I would rather get punched than get hit with a chair.
true. I would prefer neither, to be honest.
Well, yeah,
I'm good with
yeah.
neither.
True. Yeah.
I'm good with just sitting here with the microphone in my hand
Just
talking.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Watching it. I
Yeah.
prefer watching people get hit in the face with
In the
chairs and
comfort
fists.
of your home.
Yeah, exactly. For comfy of my home, I'm good there.
minus the $70 you have to pay for that
Yes,
fight.
exactly.
Minus the $70 you have to
Did
pay
you have to pay for it on like when it was on Netflix,
It was
right?
on okay, so we're talking about streaming with
That was an awful stream too.
with ESPN Plus. The streaming for that sucked.
Really?
It was awful, especially right when the fight was about to start. It kept
Yeah.
spinning.
So did you have to pay extra for that, or did it come with like a Netflix?
just came with
okay.
the-
It just came with
Okay.
Netflix, yeah.
Got it.
I mean, I would have my dumbass probably would have paid extra if it was a better stream,
Right.
but it was horrible.
It'll be interesting to see how the NFL games on Netflix go because
I'm curious.
are they going to be able to handle that? I mean,
Right.
that's going to be more people than they get on there usually.
Right.
So
I mean, some people are like, well, it was 500,000 people jumping on at one time. I'm like, well, of course it was. I mean, they should have known that. They should have upped their ban, or I don't know anything about this. All I know
Right.
is you up your ban or whatever. Do something so you can handle it, because you got the football games coming up, and then I know Raw WWE is moving to Monday nights here in January.
Okay.
So there's gonna be a lot of people watching that. So Netflix
Yeah.
has got to get it figured out.
Yeah, for real. They do.
Con Jake square off 2025.
Yeah.
watch Connor get hurt again and not come back.
Right. Jerry says, I'm Irish. I love Connor. See, I think
the question is, Jeremy, do you love Connor or do you just love his whiskey? Love his whiskey. Connor has.
I love his whiskey, and I was a big Jim McMahon fan. I like crazy white boys who talk shit. And can back it up. So that's what I like. I mean, I always get into that for sure. It's entertaining to me, but it's also entertaining to me when they talk shit and they get their ass kicked. So it's just those guys are entertaining. I think Conor McGregor's an asshole, but he's entertaining to watch. And yeah, I'll probably watch the fight. I know I will. I mean, it's gonna be something it's a car wreck. You can't turn your eyes away from it. You have to watch.
Right.
Jeremy said both.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Excuse me. So Gabby, it's 6:55. You got to hang out some more, or you got to run? But you got to go. You got to go.
I can hang out for a little bit longer.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Special guest back there looks pretty comfy.
Yes, she has. So let's talk about. Say the name of your dog again. What's the name of your dog?
My dog's name is Fendi, Fendi, after the Italian high fashion brand.
Ah, okay. I was wondering how you got that name.
I'm 100% Italian, and I love designer stuff, so
that makes sense.
that's his name. He has a real Fendi collar. He's very bougie.
He's very bougie. He's
Very
in his own little
bougie.
house,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like being left alone.
She said his name and he perked up real quick.
He's like, huh? You said my
Yeah,
name?
he
Hey,
did.
I'm over here. Pick me up.
He knows I'm talking about him.
So that's our other special guest. But we can't give him a mic.
Yeah, he everybody knows him around here. When I walk him around downtown, everybody is like, "Oh, he's back." So
He's back.
people recognize my dog and not me. So he's pretty famous around these parts.
Is he going to make an appearance at Bengals Now tomorrow night?
Not tomorrow because I'm coming straight from work, but hopefully on the following Monday. Because
This is bullshit. Jackpot Joey says the dog is better looking than Ice or Neil. You haven't seen the dog yet.
seen the dog.
I
know.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Matt is a huge dog lover. He's the originator of the Jackpot Joey name.
Okay.
So he actually has a dog named Jackpot.
I love it. He is a good-looking dog. His name was Handsome before I changed it, so he's a very handsome boy. But yeah, he's.
So when does he make an appearance on Bengals Now?
I think when we do the Monday show,
okay.
I will bring him because I'll be coming from home, not coming from work.
Does he do any doggy tricks that you can put at the end?
He does. He knows how to lay down, roll over, spin, reverse.
Hey.
Yeah, sometimes he gets a little stage fright though.
So we're hearing if you train Fendi a little bit more, you might get a halftime show.
Exactly.
Might get his own little halftime show.
Man, we're really gonna have to work on it because when he's in front of a lot of people, he like freezes. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, Mom.
So for everybody who doesn't know, we said this in the first hour, but let's say it again. Tomorrow night, we're doing Bengals Now at 6:00. Me and Neil will be doing our show at 4:30 tomorrow.
Yep.
You have Cam Taylor-Britt.
Yep.
And Joe Danneman is finally going to own up to his bet that he made with Cam at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so like one of our maybe second or third shows with Cam, it was after Cam wore his Bengals overalls shirtless to the game. And Joe said, Cam, if you get a pick 6 in the next 2 games, I'll wear the overalls shirtless. And he didn't, but then he did a few weeks ago. And so Cam's coming back tomorrow night, probably bringing a guest, not sure yet. And he's bringing the overalls. So Joe D's going to wear the overalls. He is wearing a shirt under. I asked him. He said the shirtless bet was only for the next 2 weeks. I don't really know.
That's technical stuff. That's lawyer crap that we don't honor.
I asked Jeremy and Joe about this last week.
Yeah.
And they went into great detail.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jeremy had a line on ice. This is what I said. Like,
Jeremy sat down and was.
I said to Joe, I said, I'm going to look through the past shows
yes.
and I'm going to find evidence because I don't know if I remember you saying that.
I think you should do that and play it on the show tomorrow night.
Okay, yeah.
You should have to clip that out. Like, all right. So this is actually what you said, Joe.
Yeah. Joe's just he doesn't want to have to do 100 push-ups before I think. So
well, because I remember him talking about doing push-ups and stuff to make sure he's ready to go shirtless. So he was prepared.
He was ready.
Yeah, he was ready.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it'll be fun to have Cam back. I actually spent a lot of time with Cam last Tuesday. He did an event for a Christmas give back at Newport Target, and he bought hundreds of toys for kids.
That's awesome.
At Target, and checked off their Christmas list for kids that aren't going to be getting a lot of gifts this year, and it was awesome. It was so cool. I love doing events like that. I said on air, I was like, I have a great job. I get to go to sports and watch sports for a living, but stuff like that is my favorite. Seeing guys use their platform, and he was having so much fun picking out toys for the kids. We were laughing. We were having a good time running around Target, causing a scene looking for baby dolls and fire trucks and everything. And I was even helping out. So it was a really, really cool thing to see. And Cam is a lot of fun. He had a lot of fun with it. And I mean, we packed carts full to the brim of toys. So it was a really cool event, and I'm excited for Cam to talk a little bit about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's awesome, and a lot of the Bengal players do that stuff. And Cam's a big kid; he's got a big heart. I mean, I don't know him personally. I know his mom more than I know him, but that whole family is genuine. They are very nice people, and when you see Cam, that's Cam. Like that's not. There's no sugarcoating. He's not. That's not an act. That's him. And that's genuinely him. And that's what I like that when just people in general, what you see is what you get. That's them. They're not putting on an act. They're not trying to act super cool because they're an NFL player or any of that stuff. They're just being themselves. And that's what Cam does. And you said watch him have so much fun with the kids. That's awesome.
No, it was really cool. I posted a picture of Cam with the shopping cart at Target, and it got so many views, and everyone was just like loving that he was doing that for kids. So we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. I had lists in my hand. I was going through while Austin, our camera guy, was filming. So somehow I got roped into doing it too. But it was a great time. It was really fun.
It looked like a lot of fun. I know Jamar did something about 2 weeks ago at a school too.
Didn't T. Higgins do one last night?
Yeah.
They've all done something.
Yeah.
And to watch the players and the smiles on the players' face is cool because some of the players grew up and they were those kids that didn't have presents, didn't have anywhere close to the stuff they have now. And then what they have now, they couldn't imagine in their wildest dreams when they were a little kid. And to be able to provide something for these little kids for Christmas is awesome.
Even better than seeing the players' faces is those little kids
who
who are
light
like,
up.
I mean,
they're lighting up just to see the players first.
Yeah, exactly. And to them, I mean, some of these guys are just regular guys. You know what I mean?
They don't know who they are.
Yeah, out there buying them gifts. They don't understand how big of a deal Jamar Chase is and how big of a deal Cam is, but they don't care about that kind of stuff. They're excited to have someone. They're going to get extra presents under the tree that maybe their parents weren't able to get, or, stuff like that. So I especially around this time of year, I love doing those kind of feel good stories with the guys because, these communities show up for them every single Sunday, win or lose, and them giving back is so cool. So I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I know we'll talk with him about that tomorrow too. So yeah.
That's what's so cool about this time of year is you see the goodness in people. I know Trish Mackey was talking about last night where they have the tree at different places where you can take a thing, you can buy a gift for certain kids.
Yeah, the angel.
Yes, the angel tree. Thank you. And she was saying most of the squares are gone because people bought for some child they don't know.
It's fun to do too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's fun to get to I don't have kids, so for me it's fun to get to go buy baby dolls and Barbies and stuff that I liked when I was little for these kids, and how excited
just don't buy the Barbie Dream House because that's a pain in the ass to put together.
Hey,
I remember that.
I won't be putting it together.
Oh my God, it took us forever. My little girl over there was like, dying to get it. My little girl, she's 20, but she's dying to get it, and her and her mom taught me into putting it together that night.
Oh my gosh.
3 hours later, it was together, but then we had to get it. It was at grandma's house. Then we had to get this big, tall plastic thing to our house without breaking it.
That's amazing.
I don't recommend if you're
but you'll never forget it.
Yeah, if you're gonna build a Barbie dream house, build it at your own house. It's a lot easier. You don't have to move it there. So, Neil, what's your thoughts on? I asked Gabby her thoughts on the Bengals actually making the playoffs. Chances are, where are you at? I mean, I know Chargers losing all of them or the Broncos losing all of them. That's a long shot. I do think the Colts and Miami can lose at least one between now and then.
Yeah.
Sherbert is hurt. That's why I keep going back to it's Sherbert, yeah.
Can I ask real quick where the nickname came from?
Well, I call him that because when they were coming out,
it was definitely the good hair that's made him think of that. It's definitely the hair.
When they were coming out, him and Joe were coming out at the same time, and people were arguing with me saying they should draft him. I had people telling me they should draft Chase Young and not Joe Burrow. I'm like, so I started calling him Sherbert. I'm like, I'm not drafting Sherbert. It's just, I mean, Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in this draft. It's not even close.
But
sorry, I had to interject.
Hey,
Bobby, how are you?
To that question, I had
You're
to
not even
know.
on camera.
But
I had to know.
Realistically,
At
Jeff,
least your shorts don't match again.
I think realistically, Denver has a better shot at losing all three. So Denver has a better realistic shot at losing all three.
You think Denver does?
Yes.
Okay. Even with Sherbert being hurt.
I mean,
I gotta say his name right.
Herbert's been hurt all year.
Yeah, but he's really hurt. I mean, he got hurt again.
He's been banged up all year.
Yeah, he can't move now.
Neither can Mahomes right now. So I mean,
Patrick Mahomes will get the damn refs to help him anyway. I don't count Patrick Mahomes ever hurt.
Realistically, you look at Denver's schedule. They have the Chargers. They have Kansas City, and they have
us. They gotta play up, baby.
So realistically, if there's a team that's going to lose out, it could be Denver. But I don't think, because you look at Denver, they have us, Chargers, and the Chiefs. You can chalk.
Who do they play this week? Does anybody know?
Who does
Denver
play? Chargers, I think.
That's on Thursday night, right?
It's a big game. It's a really big game.
But realistically,
Bengals fans should be rooting for the Chargers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Realistically, you cannot count Jim Harbaugh. Cannot. I don't think you.
But you can also count him to screw it up too, because he's done that before. He was a Michigan coach, and he has not won a Super Bowl because he keeps screwing it up.
But
just saying,
realistically, is that game here or is that game away? The Chargers game.
I'll look it up. I'm not sure.
If that game's here, I like our.
You
chances.
mean the Denver game?
Oh, the Denver game is.
Denver game is here.
The Denver game's here, but us versus the Chargers.
We don't play the Chargers.
Okay, then different.
Yeah, Denver's here.
Denver, I think
we already played the Chargers and lost.
Yeah.
Yes, but realistically, Denver, all you have to worry about on the offensive side of the ball is Cortland Sutton. Bo Nix has been playing lights out and is contender for Rookie of the Year. I think everybody knows that. However, Cincinnati has playing their best as of late. I don't know. I feel like Cincinnati could win 2 of the last 3, but you're going to have to go on the road to Pittsburgh.
We got to win all 3 of them. We don't win 3 of them. That matter.
Yeah.
We have to win all
3.
Broncos play at the Chargers.
Okay.
Say it again.
Broncos play at the Chargers, on Thursday. Yeah.
Well, in LA, that have that crowd might be Denver fans, because there's no actual LA football fans.
But you also got to factor in like all the uncertain situations. Short week, traveling.
Yeah.
You go from Denver to California. It's a time difference. I don't know. I'm rocking with the Chargers in that one, but I think if there's a team that's going to lose 3 games, it's going to be Denver. Miami is awful. Tua has been mid. I've been saying that for a while.
Colts
not good. You can't trust Anthony Richardson yet.
No.
To go down and win you a ball game.
I think that the number one priority has to be Bengals win.
Yeah. If the Bengals don't win out, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's the thing. They have to win out.
Yeah.
You have to win and hope instead of work out. And
right.
There are other scenarios, but that's the one we're talking about is the most.
That's the one. Yeah. That's
the most or easiest one or however. That's what everyone's talking about. There's other scenarios.
I mean, at this point, the guys aren't worried about anything else.
And they
you know?
can't.
No.
All they can do is worry about what's in front of them. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Isn't it worth noting that the Bengals are 2-0 since the ping pong tables got brought back?
Says what?
That's
ping-
amazing.
The ping pong tables got brought
Oh, yeah,
back.
duh.
The Bengals start winning.
I don't know why they ever got rid of it. I mean, that was an essential part of the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know. We tried to get it. We tried to get some information out of some of them why it went away, but no one was budging on
Yeah.
what happened.
They
so,
redid the locker room and took the ping pong table away.
yeah.
Which I mean, we're saying it's tongue in cheek, but I really do think that is a locker room building thing.
Yeah.
They all love playing
yeah,
ping pong.
it creates a little fun competition.
Yeah.
Gives the guys a way to get it off their mind, right? Like you just can like be focused on that, and yeah, I mean they're loud and they're having fun in there when they're
Exactly.
playing ping pong. So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, no, they're having.
All right, guys, just to let you know, we are live here at Moerlein Lager House. This is the last one of the year. We'll be taking I'll still be doing my show from the Ice Cave, but I'll be doing it here. But we'll be back in January, at least one more show. It is live from 6 to 8. Happy hour goes from 3 to 9. That means $5 drafts, house wines, well drinks, and $2 off appetizers. Also, it is Prime Rib Tuesday here at Moerlein Lager House. So for the steak lovers that are in the restaurant, if you have not had prime rib,
Chandler's all game for it.
Chandler's on my bill. He's not getting prime rib. But anybody else, you want to get prime rib, go for it. It's $29.95, so make sure you guys enjoy that. And, of course, one more. Mercedes-Benz in Fort Mitchell at Moerlein Lager House Experience is this Sunday. It's deal in the thanks. It's an open bar, open buffet. All the beer, alcohol you can drink, all the food you can eat for $75 in a nice, warm environment upstairs here at the Moerlein Lager House in the Beer Baron Room. All you got to do is check out the Moerlein Lager House social media platforms along with mine. There's a link there to order tickets. So make sure you come on down and enjoy the fun. I'll be there DJing and hosting the show. Oh, and we got a little guest here. She has made an appearance. She's giving you kisses.
It's a boy.
Or the boy, he's giving you kisses. My bad. He's giving you kisses.
He's like, what is this? Yeah, it's a boy. He's a man.
Can he say who day?
Huh?
Can he say who day?
Remember, the Commanders fan now.
He is. Yeah.
Well, his second favorite team is the Bengals. We'll put it that way.
There you go.
We'll take
Hey,
that.
we're not competitors.
No.
NFC, AFC.
Well, it's like my wife is from Florida. Her favorite team is the Buccaneers. So
Okay.
my
Yeah.
second favorite team has to be the Buccaneers
There you go.
if I want to stay married. So, I'm being married. So, yeah. She's really not that demanding at all.
That's amazing.
But
Amazing.
it's still, so I understand that.
Yeah.
So, Gabby, we just got out of the winter meetings with the Reds. And they haven't done
man.
anything.
You're putting me on the spot here.
Well, are you hearing anything? Do you think the Reds got with the move getting Terry Francona, you would think they would do something. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not upset yet because when the Reds have done stuff, it hasn't been recently. It hasn't been at the winter meetings. It's been January, February, right before training camp or spring
Okay.
training starts.
Yeah.
They need to go out and get a right-handed power at least.
Right. Yeah.
Are there any rumors? Are you guys hearing anything? Any talks or anything?
Haven't heard anything. Honestly, we've been so Bengals.
Yes.
Bengals, more
Bingo.
that we haven't really like focused too much on the Reds yet.
Well, there really hasn't been anything too focused
yeah,
on. They haven't done anything.
There hasn't. I know everybody was sad about Jonathan India.
Yeah.
He was a fan favorite here, of course. No, haven't heard anything. I'm ready for baseball season. I'm excited. Haven't gone to experience an opening day
Okay,
here.
you were here. Okay.
No, I wasn't here
You
yet.
will love it.
I
Bronson
saw all
Arroyo
the
playing
pictures.
opening day too.
Yes, Bronson Arroyo, who was here last week,
Yeah.
his band playing
Oh, that's
on a
cool.
trailer
Oh my gosh.
going in the parade, which I was talking to him last week. I said, are you like strapped in or something? Because
No.
they're going to be moving
real.
playing.
That's that's crazy. And the crazy thing is, like, I was interviewing for this job in like April. So I remember being on Twitter and seeing like random people tweeting about Reds opening day and being like, that looks so sick.
Oh, it's awesome.
And then I get the job here and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited to get to experience it. It's
all
gonna be
this
amazing.
out here.
Yeah.
Well, that's filled with people.
I saw the pictures like up above from like the banks, and I live down there, so I was like, oh my gosh, I better get out of my place early because I'm not going to be able to move.
Last year we did a live broadcast out front.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here at the Moerlein Lager House, and it was packed. So I know it was packed from the front door all the way back here to the grassy area where the Kris Kringle market is right now. Which, by the way, if you guys are interested, come on down. They got an ice skating rink, Kindle Market, and all kinds of stuff here at the Moerlein Lager House. So make sure you guys check that out. But
I'm excited though. I mean, I think that everybody is really excited for Terry and what he's going to do. I mean, you've been here longer, so there's still time. People are still moving around. You saw Cody Bellinger today, so
what's up with that? The Cubs rebuilding? Are the Cubs rebuilding? Why'd they just kind of give?
I don't know.
Why not give? They pretty much had to pay to get rid of them.
I don't know. I was honestly surprised by that.
Yeah.
It also, I was seeing all these tweets today that he's married to Giancarlo Stanton's ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
So
stir the pot in the clubhouse
that
a little
could
bit.
be a little interesting.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
A little interesting for the clubhouse
Inquiry
culture.
minds want to know.
I know. Isn't that crazy? So
Look
yeah,
at Gabby breaking all the news with that
I know.
one.
I'm locked in on Twitter
Locked
even
in
on my
on
days off. But I love all the drama with all the wags. I think that's funny. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was an interesting move. There's something about baseball with me where I'm like the lack of parity, the no cap, the teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, the Braves.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's I don't like it.
And one of my buddies is a huge baseball fan. He said 2 years they're going to have a lockout. We're going to lose the season because they're going to have to.
Yeah.
They have to do something.
Something. Yeah.
You can't just keep having 4 teams spend all the money.
No.
And the rest of them can't even come close to doing that.
Well, think about it too. Shohei Ohtani's deal, he deferred all of it.
All of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So think about it. He's going to be getting paid till he's what, 45?
90.
It's insane.
Like
And
Bobby Bonilla is still
Bobby
getting
Bonilla.
paid.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah. It
So-
is. It's so interesting to me, and I think that it kind of kills the game a little bit because the same 6 teams are always at the top, whereas you have the NFL where you have such different.
You got the Detroit Lions who
Right.
were considered the best team in football not that long ago.
Yeah. So I it's hard for me because I'm like, the Reds, how are they ever going to be able to, like, I mean, Ellie's going to have a record.
Oh, they're not going to be able to afford Ellie.
Right.
I mean, I've already come to that. That's not. They're not going to be able to afford him.
It sucks.
Look who his agent is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Ellie's he's going to be a Yankee or a Dodger. You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. So it's an interesting. It has to change.
One thing people tell me when I say that about baseball, they're like, well, football, you have the same 5 teams. Like, well, not necessarily. Like, do you have the same 5 teams because they make the most money, or do you have the same 5 teams because they run their organization better than other teams do?
But then look at the Patriots.
Yeah.
For years, they won every Super Bowl, but
And
then
they deflated a couple balls along the way.
Yeah, but then Tom Brady leaves, and they're
Garbage.
awful.
They're back to
Awful.
normal.
Garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't really see that in baseball. You don't really see that.
When I was a kid, I was born in '75, so the Reds won the World Series in '75 and '76. I don't remember it, but I know it happened. In the '80s, the early '80s, they weren't very good, but the mid '80s, they were good. We would finish second almost every year. Now, I've said this lots of times. They had a playoff system like they do now. The Reds would have made the playoffs multiple years. And in the '90s, we won the World Series in 1990. All up to like 1995, the Reds were always in it, or at least close to it. Since then, there's been a couple times. My son and daughter have only seen the Reds in the playoffs. They've never seen them win a playoff game or playoff series.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just that's how far this has dropped off. And I know Joe Farsi keeps saying that the ownership could spend more money, which they could. but you're never going to spend as much money as the Dodgers. They're never going to be able to spend as much money as Yankees.
No,
You can't.
You can't.
They can't afford it.
Yeah.
So that's the part where it's got to get fixed sometime. We've all been saying that for 30 years.
Yeah.
You just triggered my PTSD when you said Chandler and Bree have never seen them winning a playoff game.
Neither have you.
Considering, I was at the game where Brandon Phillips is base running area.
Oh, we were at Chandler's hockey practice when he got thrown out. When Brandon Phillips got thrown out in the playoff game. I remember that. I was like, what are you doing?
That just hurt my feelings.
It triggered Neil. He's like, oh, my God, what are you doing? So, Gabby, let's talk about this year with Fox 19 and you guys being the flagship station of the Bengals.
Yeah.
How fun has that been? I know the season has gone as great as you wanted, but you guys got Bengals now. You got the Bengals breakdown, which I think you guys do a great job of doing that.
Yeah.
Like, what has that been like in your first year here? It's not even a year yet. You've only been here, 6 months?
Yeah. I just hit my 6-month mark a few weeks ago, which is crazy.
How much fun, even though the Bengals season hasn't gone the way you want, but how much fun have you had?
I'm having an absolute blast. I love going to work every day. I work with the best people, and getting to do the stuff that we do with the Bengals has been really cool. Like I said earlier, Bengals now, like when I was home last week, I was getting FOMO. Like I miss it. I love it.
We were missing you.
Yeah, I love it. It is something I look forward to every week. And even like when we go up to guys in the locker room and ask them to do it, they're like, it's so much fun. Like, let's do it. Like they want to do it. And that's like the best thing for us. But Bengals breakdown, I've gotten to do a little more with that recently, and I've really enjoyed it.
And you got the final quarter where we got the girls and the guys. And
yeah,
I love that dynamic. I do.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. In my first job, I didn't cover a professional sports team. We covered the Cardinals a little bit, but it wasn't.
I'm very sorry if you had to cover them.
Yeah, it wasn't. Being down at a stadium every day, being in a locker room every day. So it's been an absolute blast. I really love it. And the Bengals are great. I mean, they've been a lot of fun to work with. I got to do my first sit down with Zach Taylor last week, and he was awesome. So it's been a really good time, and everyone's been so welcoming, and I love it. I
always like I said, I like the dynamic. I always thought Joe and Jeremy were awesome playing off each other, but I think you and Reagan do a great job of it as well, playing off of each other. Yeah. And I enjoyed the final quarter where you guys play off each other, and you're in the same building but different sets and all that stuff. It's just a good. You guys have all four of you, I think, have a good chemistry, and you guys have only been together for 6-7 months.
It is crazy, and Joe and Jeremy are two of the best in the business, so it's big shoes to fill. With them.
Jeremy's good. Joe, I'm just kidding.
It's big shoes to fill with them, and I know that the big question was like, how's the chemistry going to work with two new girls coming in? And we all talk about it all the time. Like, we all love working together. We all get along amazingly, and it's great. It's really good, and everyone seems to be happy with it. So that's all that
awesome.
matters
I
to
remember
me.
when Joe emailed me. I was emailing him about trying to get him a call on a show or something, and he told me, he goes, "Yeah, we're actually expanding our sports department." He goes, "Who would have thought that?" Because around here, everybody's been shortening or getting rid of their sports
all
department.
over the country.
Yeah. And you guys are expanding it, and I, for one, love it because I love local sports. That's I mean, I do a show every day about it.
Right.
So that's why I love, and Fox 19 gives you guys the platform and the time to actually talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I wish other local news would do it. And I'm surprised that 19 is doing that. I wonder, and your general manager, she's awesome. I met her.
Jen's amazing.
Jen's awesome.
amazing.
She's a sweetheart.
She's great.
I just really appreciate that you guys do the local stuff and dedicate that much time to it, because not that many other local stations do it.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, like, with four of us, gives us the ability to do a little bit of everything, right? Like, one can be doing a high school special, while the other person is doing Bengals, while the other person is doing UC, or is it, you know what I mean? So having four people and then also a photographer it just gives us so much more room to do a little bit of everything and to really cover everything. And it's great. I mean, my old station doesn't even have sports anymore.
Oh, really? They got rid of it all together?
Yeah. So
wow.
Just having like a station that is so passionate about sports, putting money into having a 5-person sports team, whereas most places barely have a 1-person sports team. It's amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And it's not just you guys. It's also, like you said, the camera guys, the people behind the scenes. I mean, we got Santa Claus at the hype man Dale at every
Dale.
Bengals now. Yeah. I mean, it's you guys, but it's also everybody behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and
everybody.
it's really cool to see that. And
yeah.
I really,
and I appreciate you guys being a part of Bengals now too, because that's been a really fun addition to it. And I think that having a little pre-show.
We don't always talk Bengals though. We talk everything.
A little opening act. I think it's been fun.
It's not easy warming up the stage for you guys.
Yeah, I know. They're like, "Where's Gabby at?" I'm like, "She's coming." All right. Boo! Get off the stage. We want Gabby.
No. It's been really fun having you guys come out too, and bring all of your friends and all of the. We have our Bengals now. Regulars now who come every week, and we love it.
And you have a couch that you had.
We have a couch.
All the players signed that somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
At the end
Did
of
you
the night.
enter for it?
I did not. No.
You should.
Well, I kind of feel like I kind of work there, so I don't feel like I should do it.
That's fair.
But
are you lucky to usually win raffles? Because I don't win anything.
I don't win. Well, I say that, and I did actually win one time. I did the raffle to get an autograph, and I actually won. I gave it to one of the little kids to get. I don't remember what player was there to get.
I don't win anything. I never how you would put your tickets in baskets at events and everything.
I never win.
I'd put 50 tickets in one, and I would never win.
50 tickets, and you still didn't win. That's
I would
bad.
run up my dad's credit card, getting a bunch of tickets. I'd be like, I want this one so bad, and then still wouldn't win. I'm not lucky.
I'm hoping you guys got the Papa Shot tomorrow night. Because I need a rematch with Joe. Joe's beat me twice.
I can probably put a word in for that.
And they got to keep it out so I can beat him at the end of the show.
I'll make sure that happens.
I want to take on Joe.
We should do a story on it on Fox 19. You guys do whatever you want. The Ice comeback. Joe's beat twice. Iceman cometh, and he takes Joe down in the overall.
So at the CFP media event a few years ago, they had an actual the big Papa Shot for the media. I don't recall Joe partaking in that.
Ooh,
but I got
fired.
I got third in that.
Woo!
And I want the smoke.
That's tea.
So Joe's getting all kinds of arrows.
With receipts.
I want my challenge with Joe in that big Papa Shot contest.
I love it.
And I'll text him and I'll let him know too.
Joe and Jeremy were saying that there used to be a local media pickup game.
Yes, at the sports mall. I've heard about it.
Yeah. I said
that place burned down.
Yeah, it's no longer there anymore.
I said we should bring that back and all referee, because I'm definitely not participating in that. But I will referee. And I will not be biased.
I will be the announcer, because I don't run up that courts anymore.
I'll set it up. I'm a high school coach. I got access to a gym.
Yeah. Oak Hills. We do it right there.
I got access to a gym. So
there you go. I like it. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Like now, the starting lineup for Fox 19. Joe Danneman.
I'll wear a full referee outfit. I'll do the high knees down the court.
Let's do it. I'm so down for this.
I'm giving Coach Price a call after this. He's setting this up.
I think we should definitely do that.
That'd be fun. That'd be awesome.
That's amazing.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to end that here. We're an hour and a half into it. Kind of a busy night here. Everybody's having a good time at Moerlein Lager House. I think the Bengals have a legit shot at the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Gabby, you got any final words to Cincinnati before I let you go?
Any final words to Cincinnati?
Follow you. Stuff you guys got coming up Fox 19 that we haven't hit on?
So we do have a Xavier postgame show coming up this Saturday after their big game. We're going to be live at Cintas with all the...
Do you need it crashed by a Bearcat fan?
No.
Dang it.
No.
Darn.
But I know it's going to be really cool. We're going to have players live. We're going to take the press conferences live. It's a half-hour special. It's our first one of the season. So that's going to be really fun. Bengals now tomorrow. Next week, it's on the next 2 weeks. It'll be on a Monday.
Right.
Because of Christmas and New Year's. And no, let's just get these next 3 wins.
Got to win 3.
Let's get the next 3 wins, and then we can focus on all the other crazy scenarios.
Exactly.
But yeah, I know it's. I'm excited. I think the team's got it in them. I think that they're poised to
Got a shot.
to win. Yeah.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. A
Woo!
6% chance.
6% chance.
6%
Hey, it's
chance.
still a chance.
It is. It's
Just about.
It's
it's a thing.
something. It's something.
It's about the same percentage for the Commanders to win the NFC South or the NFC East.
Well, that's not happening.
That's why it's 6%.
Let's be
6%.
real here. It's not happening.
Yeah,
but,
let's be real. The Bengals going to playoffs. I mean, come on.
but
Commanders aren't
I
gonna
think
win.
they have after that awful game against the Saints, I think it's like an 89% chance or something like that. I mean, look, we're not going to beat Philly this weekend. I know that. That's something I know.
You never know. You got to believe, Gabby.
No,
you have to
it's
believe.
not going to happen. But they did flex the Commanders-Falcons game to Sunday night. So
Oh, okay.
I will be, there won't be a Bengals game. I will be locked in. for
Locked
that
in.
game.
Locked and ready to go.
Because that is a huge game. So, yeah.
Awesome.
We'll
Well,
see.
Gabby, I appreciate you coming.
Thank you guys for having
I
me.
will see you guys tomorrow night. Can everybody give it up for
All
Gabby Sorrentino?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you got any final words before I get us out of here?
Yeah, just continue to check us out over at the Front Office News, CincinnatiRivals.com. You can follow me on Twitter, MeyerNeil6. I just dropped a new episode of the Bearcat Blitz podcast yesterday with Corey Blunt.
Oh, they're
So
talking shit.
Corey was talking some smack about Xavier, but it was very good content.
Yes.
But overall, you guys can check that out. The video aspects of it is up on YouTube. It's available on all platforms, so check that out. But yeah, overall, Bearcats have a big game Friday night, so we'll have a lot of good stuff up there ahead of Friday night.
Well, make sure you guys follow Neil for any of your Bearcat content. He does a great job. And Bearcats by 100. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. I thank you for watching. I've been live streaming on ZTV Online, YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors. Starting off with the Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Call them for all your lawn and landscaping needs. I know it's not, grass isn't growing right now, but, leaf removal, snow removal. If you got a landscaping project that you want to get started on, or at least talk to them about, give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a call. Also, check out Midwest Best Barbecue right there, Wards Corner Avenue exit. Get you some CTB wings, some Uno wings. Tim and Nicole, I sent you. All the shows brought to you by Meyer Windows and Doors. Check them out at www.meyercincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my, I highly recommend them in yours, and my West Side peeps. If you guys are in the neighborhood in Shaw, that's a fancy way of saying Cheviot, go check out Hail Mary's. Big ass TV screen, beer specials, trucks. It's an awesome place. Free parking right across the street. Again, that's Hail Mary's. Your ticket to the game. We won't be back here next Tuesday. You guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. We will see you live here for at least one more show, January 7th, here at the Moerlein Lager House. Be live from 6 to 8. Happy Hour goes from 3 to 9. And this Sunday, we have one more pregame experience. Mercedes-Benz and Fort Mitchell, the Moerlein Lager House pregame experience, 3 hours for every game. $75, open bar, open buffet. Get your tickets at the Moerlein Lager House social media platforms, or check mine out there. And other than that, I will see you guys live tomorrow night at 4:30, Newport on Levy, right before Bengals Now. I'm Strawberry Ice, and that's just sports, baby. See ya.
Weekend nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with Strawberry Ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry Ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry Ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse that's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeat strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.